Welcome to Spark STEM Scholars.
Today, we will go over systems of equations. System of equations refers to two or more equations that deal with the same set of variables. There are two main ways of solving systems of two equations, substitution or elimination. Let's start off with substitution first. Substitution is all about isolating one variable, either x or y, in the fastest way possible. Looking at this example, we can see that it is the easiest to isolate y in the first equation because it has no coefficient. So let's isolate the first equation. We can add 5x on both sides, so we will get y equals to 5x minus 7. Now we can substitute the y into the y in the second equation. So you will get negative 3x minus 2 times 5x minus 7 equals to negative 12. Now we can multiply everything out and solve for x. So we have negative 3x minus 10x plus 14 equals negative 12. We'll have negative 13x on this side, and we have negative 26 on the other side, and we'll get x equals to 2. So now we have x equals 2. We can substitute x in either one of the equation, but let's use the first equation because it looks like the easier equation. So negative 5, 2 plus y equals negative 7, negative 10 plus y equals negative 7, and y will equals to 3. So the solution of this system is x equals to 2 and y equals to 3, which can also be denoted as parentheses 2 comma 3. So let's look at our second way of solving systems of equations, elimination. So elimination is about getting the same coefficient for one variable across the two equations so that you can add or subtract the equations so that it can eliminate that variable. So using the same example as last time, we can multiply the first equation by 2 so that our y will have the same coefficient. We don't have to worry about the signs because we can either add or subtract the equations. So we will have negative 10x plus 2y equals negative 14. And we carry down the second equation. To eliminate y, we can add the two equations. Negative 10x plus negative 3x is negative 13x. 2y plus negative 2y is 0. And negative 14 plus negative 12 is negative 26. And divide both sides by negative 13 and we'll get x equals to 2. And then we'll repeat the same step of plugging in x. And you can plug x into either of the three equations. And you will also get y equals to 3. While solving for systems of equations, you can use either method. But sometimes, depending on what question it is, one of them will typically be faster. If you see a variable with no coefficients, then it's usually easier to use substitution. If you see a matching coefficient or something that you can easily get matching coefficients, then elimination will be the best route. Now let's go over the no solutions. So a system of equations will have no solutions when the two equations are the same and the constant is different. Like this example have no solutions because 5 is different from 4, and there is no x and y that can possibly satisfy both equations at the same time. But if you look at this will also have no solutions because this equation is the same equation as this one, except it is multiplied by 2. And this will still be a contradictory equation we had before. So let's do a problem. If there's no solutions in this system, what is the value of A? So as we know, if there's no solutions, then the coefficient will have to be the same or can be the same on the variable side of the equation, with the constant being different. So to get our second equation to have the same coefficient as the first, then we can multiply by -3. So 3x plus 4y equals to -2. We'll multiply everything by -3, and we will get -9x minus 12y equals to -6. So bringing down our first equation, we can see that our A is equal to 9. How are you doing so far? It's simple, right? Now let's take a look at this one. So m and n are constant if the system have infinitely many solutions. What is the value of m plus n? So here, when a system of equations has infinitely many solutions, it means that both equations are essentially the same. So how can we get the second equation to be the same as the first equation? Or the other way around, how do we get the first equation to be the same as the second equation? So first, we can multiply the first equation by 4 because when you multiply by 4, the constant will be 32, which is the same as the second equation. So you would get 12x minus 20y equals to 32. So as you can see, we can just match up our m and we will get that m equals to 12 and n equals to 20. Now we're looking for the sum, and so our sum is 12 plus 20, and that will get us 32. So our answer is 32. You will most definitely run into questions that ask you to translate a situation into a system of equations, like word problems. Let's take a look at our word problem. A group of 30 students ordered lunch. Each student gets either a burger or a salad. The price of burger is $5 and the price of salad is $6. The group spent a total of $162. How many students order burgers? So first, let's assign variables to our items. So we have burgers and salad. Let's have our x equals to number of burgers, or in other words, number of students who order burgers. And have our y to be the number of students who ordered salads. So we have 30 students in total. So the sum of x and y has to be 30. And the price of one burger is $5 and price of one salad is $6. So we can write 5x plus 6y and our total is $162. Now we have our systems of equations. Let's use substitution. We can choose either x or y to be our main variable, and let's stick with y. So y will equals to 30 minus x. And then we can substitute y into our second equation. We have 5x plus 6 times 30 minus x equals to 162. And we have 5x plus 118 minus 6x equals to 162. And we have negative y here, and we will have negative 18. So our x equals to 18. And that means that 18 students ordered burgers. And that's exactly what we wanted. Okay, more complex systems. Okay, so the problem is if xy is a solution and y is greater than 0, what is y? So we can also use substitution here. We can isolate the first variable for y, and we will get y equals to 3x. And then we can plug in y into our second equation. So we can have x squared plus 2 3x squared equals to 76. Now multiply everything out and we have x squared plus 2 times 9x squared equals to 36. X squared plus 18x squared equals to 36. We have 19x squared equals to 36. And we have x squared equals to 4. And x is equals to either positive or negative 2. So let's try both possibilities by plugging it in into the first equation. So if x equals to 2, so let's plug that in. We have y plus 6 equals to 0, so y is negative 6. If our x is negative 2, then we have y minus 6 equals to 0, and y will equal to 6. Since the question is telling you that our y is greater than 0, then this is not an answer. So y has to be equal to 6, and so our x is negative 2. What is the value of y? Y equals to 6. Not too shabby, is it? Pause the video and try these two practice problems. So what is the value of x plus y? I find this to be easier with substitution. So let's go x equals to 15 minus 4y. Plug in x, we have 2. 15 minus 4y plus 5y equals 24. 30 minus 8y plus 5y equals 24. We have negative 3y equals to negative 6. Y is 2. Now solve for x. We have x plus 4 times 2 goes 15. So minus 8 on both sides. x equals to 7. And now 7 plus 2 equals to 9. So our x plus y equals to 9. Did you guys get that? If so, great job. Now the second one. What is x times y? Let's put all the x and y on one side. So our first equation would be 5x plus y equals to 8. And let's do elimination for this one. So we need to have the coefficient of y equals to 2. So multiply everything by 2. We have 10x plus 2y equals 16. Negative 3x plus 2y equals to 10. Negative 10. And to cancel out the y variable here, we will subtract everything. So 10x minus negative 3x, that is 13x. That's 0. Equals to 16 minus negative 10, that is 26. X equals to 2. And let's solve for y. And let's use this equation. We have 5 times 2 plus y equals to 8. 10 plus y equals to 8. And y will equals to negative 2. So the product of x and y is 2 times negative 2, which is negative 4.
Great job today. Keep practicing and you will be ready in no time. If you found this helpful, like, subscribe, and share with a friend who needs math help. See you next time.